Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to the fucking video for today. Today, what I want to talk about is this fucking guy that I met who is crazy at cold approach. It's very interesting, his style, so I just want to kind of talk about it and, what changes I'm making just based off of what I'm seeing from this fucking guy. Um, cool. So he's actually just like a Japanese guy, interestingly enough. He's taller than me. He's like 5'10" or so. But he gets laid a lot. He gets laid. Um, he told me in November or December of last year he caught like 17 new bodies in a month, which is pretty absurd. That's like one every other day, and he's not paying for it. So he's doing a lot of game, but he's getting laid a lot, and it's interesting. He's pulling a lot. So yeah. And then in the previous month, he did, I think he did like six or no, he did like 10, I think he said. So that's one every 3 days. His approach is interesting. He goes very indirect. He goes and he says like, oh, look at the sign. Are you going that way? Where are you going? And then he's actually pretty funny. So he's able to just like crack jokes. Not the entire time, but he has a lot of, he has a good sense of humor. He has some funny jokes that he just like cracks. And he doesn't do a lot of complimenting. He's not doing a lot of like validation. He's not saying, oh, I like your eyes. I like your, you have a nice whatever. He's basically just he's spending like a lot of time with the girls and just being almost like non-threatening in a way, but his value is good. He's never, accidentally being low value or accidentally, conveying low value traits. His value is good, so he's never indicating that he's not a 10, right? So he's pretty much just the whole time being congruent to someone that is potentially like a 10 out of 10 guy, like high status, high value guy. And he has a calm, relaxed energy. And that's essentially the main things that I know. I want to record him and kind of check it out. But yeah, and then he spends a lot of time actually just like finding the right target, whatever he likes. He spends a lot of time, waiting for that type of girl to come by. So he doesn't really approach every single girl that he sees. He likes a certain type, he goes for that type, and he does it in that sort of way. Where he goes in like indirect, he has like a little bit of like erratic energy, which is interesting. He's very like a little bit like almost like crazy person energy, but he's not crazy. And yeah, that's just the vibe that I get from him. So the indirect approach is good because it lets you spend a lot of time with the girls. They almost never reject you off rip, and then most girls will be able to experience your personality at least a little bit. I'm interested to see where he's like showing intent, like where he's telling the girl that he likes her, or he doesn't like her, or oh, he hates this about her. That's the part that I'm kind of curious about. Like, at what point does he start escalating, and how does he escalate? Because you have to do that at some point. So maybe I'll ask him about that today. But the main thing is just this opening, very indirect style. It gets you into most conversations, and then it's very like non-threatening, and it's in stark contrast to my style, where I go almost opening with a compliment every single time. So I've been trying this indirect open. I do want to figure out how he's escalating, how he's like showing intent, showing some sort of like, he has to let the girl know that he has a penis at some point. So I'm interested to see how he does that. If he just waits for the girl to escalate on him, that's what someone told me. But yeah, I'm not really sure. But I do like the indirectness, so I'm doing that. And then I like that he's calm. He takes his time, and he treats game as like an art. Like he's to be able to do that much game, you have to be constantly thinking about what's the upside. And he's out there alone a lot of the time, so he sees upside, and he's going for upside. He's thinking about how can I win constantly, like what actions can I take that'll win. He's never thinking like, oh, I should just go home, like these girls don't like me out here. He stays calm. He looks at the upside, what's possible. Is it still possible to pull? Is it still possible to meet a girl that I like? So those are the main things that I've learned from this guy, and I'm just like sort of implementing some of them. I like trying new things and just seeing how it works and seeing how I can incorporate it into my game. So meeting this guy and knowing what he can do in game is definitely interesting, and we'll see where it goes. If you want some help with your own game, then check out the links in my description. Thanks for watching.